and welcome to Old Ways Gardening and Prepping. My name is Teresa. I would like to welcome you once again into the kitchen for the last installment on preserving lemons. Yes, I have, these are the last hurrah, and I have about six left, which I'm going to save for either dehydrating or fresh cooking or something. I haven't made up my mind yet. Today, we're going to talk about two different ways to make candied lemon slices. Yes, you can do the plain candied one, or what I plan on making is the crystallized lemon slices. Just one more step difference between the two. So let's get busy because I got a lot of lemons to slice. Okay, as you can see, I have 24, no, 27 lemons here. A single batch is 3 lemons. So I tend to, do big batches, get it done, get it over with. So, and you can do this in large quantities. It won't hurt a bit. Now, for every 3 lemons, that is a batch. You want 1 cup of water. Well, I'm using filtered water, which is better. You can use distilled, so on. You don't want to use tap water because of the chlorine and iodine and so on in it. For 3 lemons, you're going to want a cup of water and a cup of sugar. That's it. Simple, easy. Let's get to going. So I know I'm doing 9 batches all together. So I know I'm going to need 9 cups of water, 9 cups of sugar. So let's get started on slicing the lemons. Oh, they smell so good. Save your butt pieces because you can dehydrate them. You can also throw those into tea. Now, on these, you want to try to slice them as thin as possible. Not quite that thin, but it looks like I'm on a roll. There we go. And you want good, firm lemons. Myers are really good, or just plain regular lemons. Any miscuts, and I'm going to still use this one, but the little ones that are too thin, I'm probably just going to dehydrate those. And we're going to make sure you have a big bowl to put your slices in if you're doing large batches. And you need to make sure that you get the seeds out without much damage to the center pulp if possible. Because the more you can get your lemon slices to stay whole, the prettier the end product is going to be. This is where it gets a little tedious, picking out all the seeds. Because the end product, you're going to be eating the whole be able to eat the whole slice. And that's why, I have to get me another bowl. That's why you want to get your slices as thin as possible and whole. That's why you want to get the seeds out, because you don't want to be eating a wonderful crystallized or candied lemon slice and bite into a hard seed, because that can take all the fun away. Alright, I'm going to bring you back as soon as I get done slicing all these babies up. See you after a while. The 27 lemons have been sliced. There was a few slices that are now heading for the dehydrator along with the end pieces. Don't waste anything. The end pieces of the lemons can be dehydrated and powdered and can be used the same as lemon zest if you want to. It'll just be smaller. Okay, and of course, me being me, all the seeds. This is the second batch of great big seeds. Alright, 27 lemons sliced. This bowl is deeper and wider than you think. Now you're going to need a big pan, a great big pan, a saucepan, whatever you have. In here is my 9 cups of sugar, cane sugar, pure cane sugar. And then to that I gotta add 9 cups of filtered water. Okay, there's 8. And there's my 9. Now, it's going to make more syrup, because as the lemons start to candy, they'll release their juice into the brine or the syrup. Now, one thing I didn't tell you, when your lemons are done, you can reserve this syrup. It can be lemon simple syrup. You can store it in a canning jar in your fridge, no matter what size batch you make. Or you can put it into jelly jars, and yes, you can can syrup. Yes, you can. So, we're going to see how much syrup this makes. Now, I'm going to put it on the stove top. Don't put your lemons in yet. We're going to bring it up to a boil, and then we're going to reduce the reduce the temp on the stovetop down to a very light simmer. That's when we're going to add the lemon slices, and I'll bring you back for that. But you want to stir this and make sure that the sugar dissolves very well. And I'll bring you back when it's time to hit the stove. Okay, I have brought it up to a boil. The sugar is dissolved, and I have dropped it down to a simmer. It'll start simmering back after a while. And what you want to do is gently add your lemons. Now, a lot of purists will tell you, oh, you've got to do it in single layers. I've done it this way many times and it turned out fine. As long as you have, if you're going to do a large batch like me, you just need a really large pot. I had said put them in gently. Sometimes they slip out of your hands. And after cutting up all these lemons, I know for a fact I have soaked in my skin a massive amount of vitamin C. And if you happen to miss a seed, snag it while you can. Alright, I'm going to get the rest of these lemons in and I'll bring you right back. Okay, now the fun begins. All the lemons are now in the syrup. I'm going to bring it up to a light simmer. What you're going to do is keep gently. Now, if you make a single batch, you can float them in single layers. But if you gently stir them, and you want to be gentle with them because you try not to break the center of them. Now, it's going to cook about 25 minutes. You want to cook all of them until they are translucent. You will notice the difference in them. Now, you don't have to just stand here and stir them all the time. You can walk away, but not for long. You want to keep them stirred. This is where the patience part comes in. And anyone that floats up, just keep, pushing them down. They'll start shrinking and sinking a little more as they cook. And basically that's what you're doing, is cooking them. But you want your rind, the lemon rind, to be completely translucent. Now, while these are cooking, you're going to want to, if you're lucky enough to have drying racks, get those ready and set them up with parchment paper underneath So as they air dry, it can drip down. And that's your candied lemon peel. But I'll show you how to take it just one more step. All it is just one more step to make it crystallized. You're just going to keep watching them, stir them. And like I said, you're going to want to save the syrup because that's going to be massively infused with vitamin C and beautiful lemon essence. Alright, I'll bring you back once these are almost done to show you what they look like. They are almost ready. You can see how translucent the outer skin is starting to get, or the zest is starting to get translucent. You want to lightly simmer them. Now, it takes a while, especially when you do big batches like this, but they are pretty much completely done. If you've noticed, they've lost their bright yellow color and has turned a darker color. There's a few pieces here and there. It's not done. Or not done long enough. But I'm going to let them cook for a little bit longer. And then I will bring you back. Now, at this stage right here, this is candied lemon slices, which you would, since you're doing a bulk amount, if you're doing the same as I am, and see, there's just a seed out of nowhere. What you do is take either cookie sheets lined with parchment paper or cooling racks and lay each slice side on. Don't let them touch because they'll stick together, but you lay them close in rows and let them air dry for 24 hours, and then you would put them up in an airtight container or Mylar bag once they have become dry. Now, under your drying racks or cooling racks, you want to put parchment paper underneath them, not on them, but underneath them, so that the syrup that's trapped in the lemon slices can drip down. But I'm not making candied lemon peel. I'm making crystallized lemon peel, which is the next step. Not hard to do, just one more step. I'm going to drain some of this, and don't waste your syrup. That's another video coming up. Alright, bring you right back. Okay, now we're making the crystallized lemon peel. And you just lay it on parchment paper to dry. Hold on just a minute. Okay. I was trying to use a chopstick, but my hands from all the slicing said nope. And all you do is just tap them lightly, coat them, and hold on a minute. Okay, it's a madhouse around here. Now you want to be as gentle as possible with them. And you don't want them to touch. They can come very close, but you do not want them to touch. And all you're going to do is let them air dry. You might have to, since I don't have drying racks, I'm probably going to have to flip them and might have to use new parchment paper. Now, when they dry, you can tap off any excess sugar, but save your sugar because it's going to taste so lemony and wonderful. Now, once these have cooled down, and these are fresh out of the pot, leave the rest in the pot. Do not try to touch these with your fingers. You will get burnt badly because sugar syrup, that syrup will burn and it won't think twice about burning you really bad. I have 4 cookie trays lined with parchment paper, and I'm just hoping I'm going to have enough room. And don't worry if any came apart while cooking. Guess what? Those are usable too. Now you're probably wondering, what can you use these for? You can snack on them like this. You can, once they're dry, you can cut them up and use them as you would candied lemon peel in different holiday recipes. You could actually throw a slice in a cup of tea. You can store them in an airtight container and vacuum seal it. Once they're dry, once they are not tacky anymore, then you can put them up. As long as you store them correctly, these will last indefinitely. Because they're preserved. Simple. All it takes is time, patience, sugar, filtered or distilled water, and lots of lemons. Now you don't have to make a great big batch like I did. You can make smaller batches. I was just blessed with all those lemons, and I wasn't about to let them go to waste. Now, what you want to do is use the slotted spoon. Take out of the syrup small batches of lemons because you want them to stay warm so they don't gel on you and you have one massive clump of candied lemons. don't have to crystallize them. But it just makes them sparkle and glisten. Go on, bug. And see, you just keep on going. These are wonderful to cut up into fine pieces and add to sugar cookies, all kinds of wonderfulness. Anything that calls for candied fruit, this is what you're doing. Any kind of candied citron. You can do oranges the same way. And see how that broke apart? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Don't waste none of it. I see you huffing over there. He's huffing. Junior's over huffing the lemons in the big pot and smiling. You're gonna burn yourself. You got a spoon, okay? See what I'm telling y'all? Can't trust Junior a minute. He's after my candied lemons. Now don't. What are you doing? The syrup? Don't try to taste that syrup. Blow on it. Told y'all I gotta watch that man constantly. Now, if you end up doing a big batch, like I did, this is just plain cane sugar, not seasoned or anything. If you happen to start running low, add more to your pan. Alright, that's the first batch. Almost a full tray. And I will bring you back when I am done. It's gonna be a while. Okay, I am finally done with this now to let them air dry. I have 4 cookie sheets completely full and 3.5 dehydrator trays full. This is going to be such a blessing to have. And they are so good, y'all, so good. I will bring you back once they are air dried. It's probably going to be a day or two, but I will pull you back into the kitchen when they are done drying. See you in a couple of days or so. I'll let you know how long it takes. Okay, the candied lemon slices are finally ready for the last process so we can store them. Man, they should have air dried just fine because we've been dry as a bone last 2 days. Humidity amped up, so I had to put them in the dehydrator on it was about 110 and let them slow dry. Now they're not perfectly dry. They're not going to be. They're not supposed to be, but they are preserved. They're not going to go bad as long as you store them in a cool, dark place and enjoy them. So let's get busy with the last step of the project here. You want an airtight container with a good tight fitting lid. More sugar. And man, I'm telling you, I'm going to have to really, really clean my trays because they are sticky. And this is how they become crystallized. All you do, lay them in your jar. These are going to be a great treat for this winter, especially for holiday baking. And all you do is continue to lay them like that. Now they can be put on top of cakes like they are, or you can cut them up and add them into quick breads, cakes, cookies, you name it. I am so thankful to have these. You want to make sure you get them in your jar real good. And I'm hoping these 2 jars will hold all these lemons. Let me tell you, they smell absolutely amazing. And all you do is just put them in there and keep stacking your jars. Now, like this, they're called candied. Like this, with the last bit of sugar put on them, it's crystallized because they sparkle and look like little crystals. These also make amazing gifts. Well, it's definitely a gift of love because it takes a while to make them. I'm going to finish out this tray with you, and then I'm going to get busy on the rest of them. Because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more trays to do. So I am set for crystallized lemon peel for a good long while. And there is nothing wrong with that. If they're still a little gooey, that is fine. That won't hurt a thing. Alright, look at that. That's a beautiful jar so far. And I'll bring you back as soon as I am finally done. Well, finally at the end of making this old-fashioned treat that not a whole lot of people make anymore. I ended up with 3 big, beautiful jars, a quart And I know these hold a little more than a quart. Look at those. See how beautiful they are? And they're preserved. They're not going to go bad. Not going to go bad. Unless you stick them out in the sunlight. But still, they'll just melt. Look at those. Labor of love and worth every second. The joy these are going to bring in baked goods. You could even drop them in tea. I'll admit, I'm guilty. You better believe I have enjoyed several of them myself. Well, a little more than several. But, hey, spoils go to the cook. Always remember that. Beautiful, crystallized lemon slices, also known lemon pills. All you do is chop them up, add them into cookie dough, add them into quick bread recipes, add them into a little bit of pies. These, I even have a recipe for some jam that contains these as well. And also candied ginger, which is coming up soon. Simple, easy, yes, time consuming, but worth every second that I have these. I am beyond thankful. Also, there's some more things. You put it on, they can go on top of cakes. They can go on top of pies. Yes, I'm being evil. All the things you can use them for. You can take one, drop it in a cup of tea. It should be plenty enough to sweeten your cup of tea. And then you got a little special treat to chew on when your cup of tea is gone. So many possibilities. And I have had so much fun finally being able to make them. Now, I pray I can get a case of oranges. That's another one I want to do. I want to do the crystallized orange slices as well. And y'all going to see some recipes later on using these. So you can look forward to that later on. Simple, easy, homemade. You know what's in it because you're the one that made it. Everyone, take care. Stay safe and sound in this crazy world because these people are getting crazier by the day. Continue to stock up your pantries full of food that will sustain and nourish you. Medicines that will heal you. This can be considered, vitamin C, y'all, with a little sweet touch added to it. Protection of all kinds and the bare essentials because you're going to need them when you can't get a hold of them. Everyone take care. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. May you each be blessed. Hoot hoot. Y'all take care.